Stop.
Anything they did today that was surprising in their run game?
Not surprising. They just, I think they overwhelmed us a little bit up front, and we missed too many tackles in the back end early. And I thought our guys in the second half tackled better, but they won the battle in the trenches up front on offense, and we didn't do a good job getting off of blocks and disrupting them, and they made us miss. And again, I thought in the second half. In the second half, I thought our guys tackled better, but they're a good football team, and they overwhelmed us today.
What did you know about Garrison today?
Well, to be honest with you, we were more worried about stopping the passing game.
That's right.
And, I think their quarterback is excellent, and they really stretch you across the field. And, we probably came into the game, a little bit more worried about Austin and Bailey. And, so we spread out a little bit. We were hoping we could hold up against the run game, and we obviously didn't do that.
You were missing two key skill players.
Yeah, yep.
It didn't help.
No, this is a game that when you play a team the caliber of West Virginia, you better bring your A game. You need to play well. You can't turn the football over, and but I don't think you lose a game by 45 points. To say that you lost two guys cost you the game, that would be a stretch.
Right. The impact of those turnovers obviously had a huge outcome part of that.
Yeah, you turned the ball over 4 times. You had opening kickoff, and you throw 3 interceptions, and one was on 4th down, so that didn't really hurt us. But West Virginia is too good on offense to give them a short field. And we gave them too much of it. We were going to struggle to stop them, on a normal field, but to give them a short field as often as we did, and that's how games like this get ugly.
Initially, though, you had to feel at least somewhat good with the 10-3 lead, and then that changed after that.
Well, we couldn't stop them. We couldn't get off the field. It was good that we responded after the first turnover, the opening kickoff. I thought that was a real win for us to hold them to a field goal. And then we had a great kickoff return, and then punched it in on one play. But at that point, they kind of became a little bit more patient with their offense, and they ran the football. And like I said, we did not get off blocks on the D-line, and we didn't tackle well in the second and third level. And that's a credit to West Virginia. They showed some ability to run the football today, and they had some backs that made us miss. And we knew going into it they're a good team with good players, and we were going to have to play really well. And I don't think we played the best game we could play, and we probably needed to do that to have a shot against these guys.
Talk about the play of Jamel Martin.
Well, Hopgood kind of tweaked his ankle early, and then Anton Samley got hurt last week against Miami and really wasn't 100%. And Jamel's a good player, so I think he had 100 yards rushing, and he's getting better every week. He's a guy that assignment-wise isn't where those other guys were, but every week he's getting more reps, and he's starting to learn and develop. And it's good to see him come on like that today. It gives us another threat in the backfield that, as the year goes on, we're going to need.
Dave struggles defensively, stopping the run. Is that based on scheme or based on you guys having? What were the struggles?
Part of it is scheme. The nature of what they do is if you ever don't cover a slot receiver, or you ever play a single high, defense, and they have a soft corner, the ball's just going there right away. So we were most concerned with their ability to make plays in space, and we honestly thought that we could hold up in the run game better than we did. And the first few games of the year, they have not shown a patience to run the football, and they've been a very heavy pass-first team, and with a great quarterback and excellent receiver threats. And we wanted to force them to try to run the football, and we felt good about our scheme, but we overran. We overran some of their zone plays. Our linebacker overran it, and we wanted to stay on the inside hip. And so our run fits, the extra player, is designed to be outside the fit, not inside the fit. And when we overran it, it was cutting back to nobody. And that was one of the things we tried to get corrected at halftime, and we did a little bit better with it. Again, they won the battle up front. When everything gets 3 and 4 yards, into the secondary, you're battling uphill.
Were you surprised that they ran as much as they did? Or?
Well, when they had early success with it, we didn't give them a reason not to. And then we pressured them a couple of times, and when we pressured them right away, they got the ball to Austin in space. So it got to be, if you're going to die a quick death or a slow death. And it was pick your poison. So we did pressure them, and we showed them some of the looks that we knew, and then we couldn't hold up in coverage against Austin. He's quick, he's a good player. And that was a tough matchup going in for us. And maybe we paid a little bit more attention to him than we should have, but the second we didn't, they made us pay too. So they've got a very good offensive scheme, and he knows what he's doing with it. And when they caught us in blitz situations, they isolated Austin, couldn't cover him, and you double them, they run the football, and it's again, they're good players.
Can you talk a little bit about the offense, the turnovers again in the first half?
Yeah, very frustrating. We forced the football. We didn't make good decisions. We were careless with it, and we gave them a short field. And the key to this game was, a good offensive drive for us would have been 2 or 3 first downs, change field position, and make them go 80. I think the one advantage we clearly had going into the game was the punting game. And if we can get 2 or 3 first downs and get the thing near midfield, let's force them to go 80, force them to go 90, see if they're patient enough to run the ball that far. And when we gave them a short field, it made it very difficult. And we didn't play well. I mean, our corners, are inside leverage players, and we gave up, each of them took a turn giving up a post for a touchdown. They were well-thrown balls, they were well-run routes, but that coverage is we're taking away the inside. We're trying to force the outside throw. And sometimes you get in a game like that, and guys get a little out of rhythm, and they stop playing even the base fundamental defense. And every time we made a mistake, they made us pay.
You talk a little bit about dealing with the weather condition.
I mean, I don't think it was a huge factor, in some ways I thought going into it, it might help us because of how much they threw the ball and we were a little bit more balanced, but I don't think that had any impact on the game. It certainly didn't have impact on the interceptions or the turnovers.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay,
Coach.
thank you guys.